boulders, kia ora whānau. Welcome to the next video. So back on the Daintree River ferry, heading to we're heading south. So today I'm going to head to a place called Babinda Boulders. So this video will be basically my drive south to a place called Notch Point. And Greg and Lee, who were on some previous videos, they're heading up from Sydney, and they'll be at Notch Point as well. So plan is to meet at Notch Point on August 10th. So yeah, I spend 11, 12 odd days just slowly making my way south and meet up with them at Notch Point. So we'll take you along for the ride. I'm at Babinda Boulders campground. It's a free camp. You can stay here for 72 hours. So I've come in, set up camp. Had a bit of a problem with the hot water not coming on, but I fixed that. And the batteries are not very charged because I forgot to turn the inverter off. So just letting it run for a little bit, put a bit of juice in the batteries. But this is the camp. Like I said, 72 hours. It's in the ablutions block. There's a toilet and shower in there. I don't know if it's a hot shower or not. And yeah, quite a little area. Not very big. From what I read, if you're not in here early, it's hard to get a spot. And as you can see, there's not very many spots around here at all. So yeah, I would say if it gets full up and camper vans pull in, they're going to pull in right next to you. So anyway, that's the way it goes. So I'm going to wander down and have a look at the Babinda Boulders. There's a swimming hole down there as well. It's not a very nice day, but I'm come prepared. If I go for a swim, I go for a swim. But I don't. It's rained all the way up here, or down here today. Well, when I say rain, there was some heavy falls, and then mostly drizzle. So it's been overcast the whole way up. That's why I call it rainforest, I guess. Anyway, like I said, it's still overcast and there's a little bit of drizzle at the moment. So these are the Babinda Boulders. Not sure what that's all about, but I'm sure I'll read it somewhere down here.
Rolling the Cassowary coast, Babinda in the rear view glow. Mission Beach on the side road, salt air on the caravan slow. Townsville calling up ahead, sunburn map on the seat. Then the whole rig gave a shudder, and the road went hard beneath me. One wheel gone, dust in the lane, heart in my throat, out in the rain.
I presume you can walk all the way up there. I'm not sure that I will. I've only got jandals on. Oh yeah, there's people up there. I wonder if you'll walk around the other way. I might go back for a swim and then see if there's a track up there somewhere. Still well and truly in the rainforest, which is interesting. So just following the river up now. I can't swim up this way, but this is where the Devil's Pool and the Boulders Gorge or something is. So
lost the wheel, lost the wheel, lost the wheel. But I'm still here, I'm still here. Two truck came, pulled me through 2 days more, then I'm brand new. Hooked up tight in Townsville yards, listening to the evening hum. Wrench marks, grease stains, break a bar, counting days till the fix is done. Made a
Oh, wow.
blow with the
Pretty
faded
cool.
cap, said make that happens now and then. So I watched the sun go copper, and I learned to breathe again. One wheel gone, dust in the lane, heart in my throat, out in the rain. Lost the wheel, lost the wheel. But I'm still here, I'm still here. Tow truck came, pulled me through 2 days more, then I'm brand new. Pack the cards, check the strap.
that was a bit fresher than the water I've been in the last few days. 18 degrees. Refreshing, put it that way. Morena, into Babinda Rock Boulders yesterday. So I camped at a free camp at Babinda Boulders. It's a small camp. If you want to get in here, you need to be here early. Luckily I was here early and got a spot. It filled up fairly quickly in the afternoon, and then there was 3 or 4, maybe more, of vehicles that came in and couldn't find a spot and ended up leaving. So yeah, get in early if you're coming here. Today I'm heading to Mission Beach. I've just got to pop back to Cairns, which is only 45 minutes away, to get a parcel, and then I'll head to Mission Beach, which another couple of hours, so from Cairns that is. So yeah, so that's today in Mission Beach, into a hip camp called Glow Nursery. So that's where I'm heading today. So yesterday I went down and had a look at the Babinda Boulders and the creek. Quite interesting little spot, worth a visit. So here's a fun fact. So a long time ago, Orlana, the beautiful young wife of an elder of the Wanura tribe, fell in love with Daiga, a handsome young man from a visiting tribe. The two lovers, knowing that tribal law forbade their union, ran away together. After having been discovered camping by the creek, Daiga returned to his tribe. Orlana, however, threw herself into the water, which became a swirling torrent, and the ground opened up and huge boulders were cast into the air. Today the boulders mark where Orlana drowned. There you go. That's how they came about, according to local legend. Alright, I'll clean up and get on the road.
Laugh it off and map it back. Bad luck bit right on cue. Still got roads and I've got you. Lost the wheel. Lost the wheel. Lost the wheel. But I'm still here. I'm still here. Two truck came, pulled me through
Okay, into Mission Beach, and pulled into a lovely little hip camp just outside of town. It's actually in the back of the local nursery and landscape business. They put a hip camp in here as well, but it's pretty awesome. Right backed up to the rainforest. So yeah, I'm all in and set up, and I'm going to go down and have a look around, see what's to see in Mission Beach, maybe get some lunch. So this is Clump Point at the northern end of Mission Beach, I suppose. That's Dunk Island out there. You can take tours out there to Dunk Island, I think, but I'll have a look when I'm in town. Hopefully the weather gets better. It'd look awesome if it was blue skies. This is Perry Harvey Jetty. It's worthwhile coming down here. Later on, tomorrow maybe.
Rolling the Cassowary coast, bobbing in the rear view glow.
The Mission Beach little township area, such as it is, not very big. Post office and some smaller shops.
Beach on the side road, salt air on the caravan slow. Town's built, calling up ahead, sunburned map on the seat. Then the whole rig gave a shudder, and the road went hard beneath me. One wheel gone, dust in the lane, heart in my throat, out in the rain. Lost the wheel, lost the wheel, lost the wheel. But I'm still here, two truck came, pulled me through.
Morena. So yesterday I did nothing. The last 2 days has just been shocking weather. Yesterday, it just hammered down all night. Sorry, all day. Well, when I say hammered down, it was off and on, but it was just so much rain. So it was one of those days, because you can't control the weather, where you just stay inside and read, watch movies, that sort of thing, because it was such a shitty day. Monday night it rained all night as well. It was really heavy. The place turned into a quagmire a bit out and around the caravan, but yeah, so I'm in Mission Beach. So I pulled into Mission Beach on Monday, and it was overcast all the way down, raining all the way down, off and on, and it was drizzly. I went and had a look around Mission Beach whilst there was a break, and saw a couple of things, but yeah, it's such a shame. It would be such a beautiful spot if it was blue skies, and like I said yesterday, just yeah, no good. Anyway, today I'm heading about another hour down the road. There's a free camp beside a creek that I'm going to go to, and then the day after that I'm into Townsville, into a hip camp in Townsville. Been struggling a little bit with power because I've had 3 days of overcast weather and not a lot of distance on the road. But yeah, between the car and caravan I managed to stay afloat, so that's all good. And today the sun's out, so we should get plenty of sunshine today and get the batteries back up to 100%. Sam's fun fact, so Mission Beach is actually not one single place. It's a series of 4 villages, and links 14 kilometers of golden palm fringe beaches across 4 distinct villages: Bingle Bay, North Mission Beach, Wangalang Beach, and South Mission Beach. Right, it's also the Cassowary coast it's on what's called the Cassowary coast, and it's a major hub for Australian banana and sugarcane farming, featuring roadside honesty box fruit stalls. It was also in the early 1960s, Prime Minister Harold Holt used a private retreat in Bingle Bay to escape the public eye. So there you go, that's what Mission Beach is all about. It'd be really nice to be here in nice weather, I've got to say, but like I said, you can't control the weather. Alright, so I'm going to clean up, hook up, and get on the road.
2 days more, then I'm brand new. Hooked up tight in Townsville yards, listening to the...
Well, that's not how things are supposed to go. So, about halfway between where I was headed and where I left, I've lost the wheel of the caravan. Can you believe it? The studs, the actual studs have sheared off. I don't know how this has happened. Anyway, bit of an issue. So I'm waiting for a tow truck to tow me into Townsville, and to a place to hopefully get it repaired. I'll get them to check the other wheel while they're at it. Punched a hole in the tyre, so that's a new tyre I'll need. And a new hub, I'm guessing. So you can see the tyre just here. And then down here is the hub. So looks like I'll be spending at least a couple of nights in a motel in Townsville. Hopefully RACV will pay for that. I better, I've got bloody premium cover. So anyway, that's where we're at. Now, since I left Broome, it's been a problem. Fridge is a problem, rear camera, now this. Hopefully that's the last of it. Anyway, hopefully I can get it fixed in the next couple of days. Be back on the road by the weekend, if not early next week.
Evening hum, wrench marks, grease stains, break a bar, counting days till the fix is done. Made a blow with a faded cap, said mate that happens now and then. So I watched the sun go copper, and I learned to breathe again. One wheel gone, dust in the lane, heart in my throat, out in the rain. Lost the wheel, lost the wheel, lost the wheel. But I'm still here, tow truck.
Okay, boys and girls, it's been a interesting couple of days. So as you know, on the road a couple of days ago, the wheel came off the van, which started a series of events that led to me doing this update today. So, managed to get the van towed to Townsville to a place called Foster's Ace Auto Repairs. I basically chose them because they were the first I came across in Google. Anyway, towed there. I didn't get into Townsville till about 6:30. RACV had me booked into the Holiday Inn, which was okay. And then the next morning round to the auto repair, and the tow truck turned up and offloaded the van into their yard, and they started work on it. So that was Wednesday. They had a look at it. Yeah, everything looked repairable as far as the wheels are concerned. So 2 new hubs, new bearings, all that sort of stuff. And then so there's a bit of damage to the wheel, or there's a lot of damage to the wheel arch, which they can't fix, so I'll get that seen to maybe when I get back to Melbourne. There's damage to some plumbing, which I've got some stuff for from Bunnings that I'll fix myself, and there's some damage to the rear stabiliser leg, so I've bought 2 new stabiliser legs, one for the damaged one and one for the front left that's been playing up, so I'll replace those. So the work's all but completed on the van. I'm going to pick that up shortly. Also needed a new rim and a new tyre, so I've just picked those up, taken them back to the van now to put on. Obviously I couldn't get exactly the same rim as was on there, so this rim will get will be the spare wheel. What else? Oh, then last night, so because there was a Cowboys Roosters game in town last night, RACV couldn't book me into the Holiday Inn again, not because it was full, but because the cost for Thursday night was $153 for the night. The cost for Friday night, because there was a game on, was $500. Jesus, talk about bloody rip-off. Anyway, it's called dynamic pricing apparently. Anyway, so the only place they could find in the price range of what RACV will pay for accommodation was a backpackers, a room in a backpackers. So that's where I stayed last night. Probably the most uncomfortable sleep I've had in a long time, to be honest. It was horrible, but anyway, it was one night. So yeah, so now I'm going to pick up the van. I'm booked into Big 4 Caravan Park for 4 nights, and that'll give me time to sort out all the little things I need to sort out in the van and make sure I'm okay, ready to go. Yeah, so that's that. So that's the update. So far I've forked out for $600, and now I guess I'm about to find out what the damage is at the auto repairs. So looks like I might get out of it for a couple of grand, so we'll see what happens. Alright, that's it for now. Okay, I'm set up in the caravan park here at Townsville in, I think it's Fairfield Waters or something like that. Big Four Park, really nice spot, right opposite the pool. So today I need to fix up some things. The wheels and that are all done, obviously. So wastewater pipe snapped, or grey water pipe snapped, so I've got to fix that. So I need some parts from Bunnings for that. And the town water intake broke. So I've recovered the pressure limiting valve. That's all okay, just needs to be reconnected and secured back up onto the van. So I'll need some parts for that as well from RMT Marine, oh I can't remember what it is, RMT anyway, they've got caravan parts, that sort of stuff, so I'll do that. So that's what's happening for the rest of the afternoon. Had to wait about an hour to get in. I got here about 10 o'clock, so the van was all ready to be picked up, and so I grabbed it on, hooked up and paid the bill, which was about $1,700. And then I headed straight out here, so I just had to wait for about 3/4 of an hour until I could check in. So yeah, that's what's happening for the rest of the afternoon. I'll get all that stuff fixed up. Oh, finally had time to take a breath. Had Kentucky Fried Chicken and a few bourbons last night for my birthday. So as we know, got in here yesterday, managed to get the town water online, so that's all fixed. Managed to get the wastewater pipe fixed, so that's all fixed and working okay. Managed to pull down some of the bent wheel arch. It'll never be 100%, but I got it down as far as I could. So yeah, only thing left to do today are the stabilizer legs. So one of them got damaged, the back rear, or the right rear, and one which is the front left, I've been meaning to replace anyway, because it's the gears inside are playing up and sometimes it won't come up, and so I'll replace that as well, and that'll be that job done. So those stabilizer legs I'll do today. So yeah, I'm in Townsville. That job to finish off, and then everything that I can do will be finished. Get some washing done, and yeah, spend the rest of the day watching movies, I think, just to chill out. Alright, so I'm going to clean up and get on with that job. Just swapping over the two stabilizer legs that I bought. One because it got damaged when the wheel came off, and the other because it's been playing up for some time. But anyway, I've done the damaged one already. So that's it there, all done. And now I'm going to do the front left. Pretty easy process.
Pulled me through 2 days more, then I'm brand new. Pack the cards, check the straps, laugh it off and map it back. Bad luck bit, right on cue. Still got roads and I've got you. Lost the wheel.
Alright, that's that one done. Morena. I got all my jobs finished yesterday, which is great. They're all done. So today, I'm not sure what I'll do today. Got nothing to do as such. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I might take a look around in Townsville and see if there's anything I want to look at. Anyway, those jobs are all finished. I managed to do the stabiliser the legs yesterday, so that's done. Yeah, so that's all pretty good. I'm feeling a little bit better about myself today. Okay, so Sam's fun fact. So Townsville is the home to one of Australia's most extensive military bases, called Laverick Barracks. It's a home of the 3rd Brigade and elements of the 1st Division, 11th Brigade and 17th Sustainment Brigade, and one of the major military establishments in Northern Australia. The base is also home to units from Joint Capability Group such as Joint Logistics Unit and elements of the Joint Health Unit North Queensland. Okay, so it is pretty extensive and it's one of the biggest bases in Australia. Okay, alright, that's me. I'm going to clean up and start my day. I was just driving to Castle Hill and then noticed that there's a market on here, street market, in the main road at Townsville, so pulled up. Might have a look down here, see what's going on. Castle Hill, overlooking Townsville. So we're going to look around.
Townsville sun, it burned my skin. Wheel incident, a silly spin. Castle Hill, a mighty climb. Washing troubles from my mind. Magnetic Island called my name. A jeep, a map, no sense of shame. Island time, island time. Everything is feeling fine. Island time, island time. Leaving all the bad behind.
Morena. Yesterday I went up and had a look at Castle Hill and a bit of a market in the city. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, as you will have seen. Great views over the city. Today I'm going to go and have a look at Magnetic Island. So I'm going to go and catch the ferry across to Magnetic Island. I don't know how long I'll stay there for, but yeah, apparently it's worth going to have a look at, so I'll do that. And then that'll probably be the end of the video, to be honest. I'm out of here on Wednesday, so yeah, it might take a couple of days of doing nothing, no filming, that sort of thing. So yeah, and once I've done that, I start heading south again. I'll go from here to Bowen, and then Bowen to Mackay, and then Mackay to Notch Point. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to clean up. Oh, Sam's fun fact. So Townsville holds a world record for the longest longhorns. Longest longhorns on a longhorn bull. There you go. JR the bull had horns that reached up to 3.1 meters, I think, when he died in 2020, was it? Maybe, hold on. Yeah, 2020. but the horns are still on display in Charter Stowers, not far from here. So there you go. All right, I'll clean up and start my day. This is the ferry terminal. It's parked in the car park. Now heading over to the terminal. The ferry goes at 10 o'clock. So about half an hour before the next one. There's a car park to park their car. You can take cars on here. And I'm just going to go over for the day. So I'll just hang out wherever the ferry lands. See what there is to do there.
Dusty roads and salty air.
So it seems there's two ferry services to Magnetic Island, Sea Link and the barge. I've come to the wrong one. So if you book with Sea Link, it's across the other side. So I've got to head across the other side. Hopefully I'm back over, well, I'm over the Sea Link side. A lot busier over this side. Might have been easier if I booked on the barge across the way. Anyway, the car park there as well, so we'll go and see what's going on.
Not a single care. Wallabies and sleepy koalas. No more drama,
Ferry leaves
no
at
more folly.
10:30, so I'm pretty cool.
The engine hummed a happy tune beneath the tropic afternoon. Island time, island time. Everything is feeling fine.
Enroll in an exercise drive course.
Island time, island time. Leaving all the bad behind.
Please have unplugged knowledge, connection, real, time, and adversity. We need to have train of timber, fire, multi-purpose.
So this is Nelly Bay. There's supposed to be a snorkeling trail here somewhere, but there's no signage that I can see.
Townsville sun, it burned my skin. Wheel incident.
And this is Picnic Bay.
The silly spin. Castle Hill, a mighty climb. Washing troubles from my mind. Magnetic Island, call my name. A cheaper map, no sense of shame. Island time, island time.
Just a quiet beer and a bit of bruschetta for lunch. Sitting here at Picnic Bay, overlooking the water at the pub. Not a bad spot.
Everything is feeling fine. Island time, island time. Leaving all the bad
half a bay down there. This is called the Fort Walk. Not sure how long it is, I didn't check it, but should be able to see Horseshoe Bay. It's also a bit of a koala sanctuary apparently. Apparently there's a good chance you see koalas on this walk, so we shall see.
Wallabies and sleepy koalas. No more drama, no more folly. The end.
Alright, so I'm standing on top of a World War II communications post where the Australian Navy manned a communications and observation station on Magnetic Island in 1943. Construction was finished in 1943 and has 360 degree views, or 300 degree views of the bays and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, awesome view from up here. And this is inside the command post. Up the top there would have been a lounge frame. This is Horseshoe Bay. It's a bit more protected over here.
Townsville sun, it burned my skin. Real incident, a silly spin. Castle Hill, a mighty climb. Washing troubles from my mind. Magnetic Island called my name. A cheaper map, no sense of shame. Island, time island.
That's Magnetic Island done. I came over on the 10:30 ferry, heading back on the 4:30 ferry. Awesome spot. Be nice over here for a few days. You can actually bring your car across. Don't know about caravan. Didn't see anywhere really where you can camp in the caravan, but you could come across in your car and do a day over here with your car. Lots of accommodation options over here from a motel, etc. point of view, so well worth the trip over. Yeah, I could certainly spend some time here. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'll take the rest of the week off, I think, from videoing and all of that sort of stuff. And the next video will be Notch Point. So Inderbone Wednesday, into Mackay Friday, and then Notch Point next Monday. So I might just have a bit of a break and do the next video from Notch Point. So until then, ka kite.